how's it going? So obviously PSA 10s are king, but there are times I would consider getting the PSA 9 over the 10. Because you gotta remember, near mint cards are considered at least PSA 7 or above. So not every near mint raw card you buy is a guaranteed 9. So getting 9s can be a decent investment play depending on the card you get, but if you're collecting, I think it's a great choice. It's a great way to authenticate the card, especially for older sets, because there are really good fakes for older sets, and it's a great way to have your card protected in a slab, especially nowadays because grading cards cost a lot. A few reasons I would consider getting a 9 is if the raw card itself is almost the same price as a 9. Also, if the 10 is like way more expensive than a 9, and I don't want to pay that price difference. And a thing to consider also is how hard is it to grade. Like, some cards are notoriously known to be super hard to grade, and even getting a 9 and especially a 10 is really hard. So in those instances, getting a 9 would be a good buy. Before we begin, hi, I'm Benny, and if you like Lorcana content, consider liking and subscribing. So in this video, I want to go through some cards that I do think fit the criteria where getting a 9 would be a good option, at least for me. So the first one I want to look at is Mickey Mouse Playful Sorcerer. It's the D23 promo. This is definitely a card I want. It has like the Fantasia Mickey on there. It looks really good, and you can see the raw card is going for around 164. So like 165, 170. And then if we look at eBay, some of the previous sale prices, like there's one for 147, 235, 160. So it is around that like 150 to 200 range. And then if you take a look at the PSA 10, it's like 6 times more expensive. It's like the last sold was 1100. So it's like way more expensive to get a 10 than the 9. So it's like, if you just wanted this card to collect and just have, I would definitely consider getting a 9 of this card. And that's probably what I will do, because I'm not going to be spending like $1,000 for a PSA 10. I don't see myself spending that much right now. So you can actually get this card in a 9 right now from GameStop. You can see right here, you can get it for around $154. And considering that price discrepancy between a 9 and a 10, I think over time this is a good buy, because the 9s will naturally go up a little bit just because it's such a big difference between a 9 and a 10. Obviously on GameStop, these prices fluctuate all the time. So right now it's 154. I don't know, in a few days or maybe next week, the price could be lower or higher, just depending on whatever factor they use to price their cards. But this is definitely one of the cards I think it's a good buy for a 9. And it's something I would definitely be doing, because I definitely want one of these in my collection. And I really don't want to pay $1,000 for a 10. And the raw cards are around the same price anyways. So might as well just have the slab, you know? Alright, next up are these D100 promos. These are notoriously known to be super hard to grade, right? You could send a bunch of these in. You could get 7s, you could get 8s. Especially this Maui right here, it's really hard to grade. But all of them in general are pretty hard. But right now we'll just look at this Stitch. You see the market price is like 20 bucks for a near mint. So yeah, it's like $20 for a near mint holofoil. And if we go back to GameStop, you see you got 9s at like $32. Like, I think that's a great price. Only $10 more. And also, especially considering now it's like $80 to grade any card, and you don't have that card for months. So for a card that's like this cheap, and just paying like $10 more just to get a 9 in a slab, I think that's a great option and a great choice. And that's what I'm doing with all these D100 promos. I'm just going to be getting all of these in a 9 and just collecting the whole set in a 9 for my own personal collection. And it's going to be under 200 bucks just getting all of them. Like, I was able to get the Mickey on GameStop last week for like $42. So that was like the highest price one. And that was a great deal. So like, I will definitely be getting the rest of this set from GameStop in a 9 just to collect it all. Okay, moving along, we got the second Mickey from the first chapter, the Artful Rogue. It's the less talked about Mickey compared to the Wayward Sorcerer. But the raw of this is a case where the raw is almost the same price as a PSA 9. So if we can go into this, I know these cards are pretty hard to grade as well. And also there's a lot of fakes of these. So for me, if I was considering buying one of these, I would definitely try to get one in a slab. And I know the 10 of this is like $700. So I'm not willing to spend $700, but I am willing to spend like around $180 for this, like under $200 or around $200 for this. And they do go for around that price. So we can look at recent PSA 9 sales on eBay, and the last one was like $180. And then we can see right here the PSA 10 sold for $750 last sold. So that is a pretty big price jump between the 9 and the 10, almost about 3 times, maybe 3.5 times. And like I've been saying, you can get this at GameStop right now for $190, like right there. So I think that's definitely a great option, especially for someone like me who doesn't want to break the bank for these cards, but I do want a first chapter Mickey eventually. And I probably will go for this 9 because the Wayward Sorcerer one, like those are kind of out of my price range for now, because even the 9 for the Wayward Sorcerer, I think it's around $420, and the 10 is definitely out of my price range. So this is a good compromise for me to get a Mickey from the first chapter. And there are a lot of fakes out there, so getting it in a slab will give you and me the peace of mind. So, and at $200, that's not bad. So the final card I wanted to talk about is Jafar, newly crowned from Arcasia's Island. And this is a case where these cards are extremely hard to grade, and they have extremely low pop rates for a 9 and a 10. Like, this Jafar is definitely a card I want for sure. And it's going for around $90 at near mint for it raw. I mean, look at this artwork. This is like, this I think is one of my favorite artworks in the whole set. I love this card. And if we go to eBay right now, we can check out the 9's. So this one's $185, but I wouldn't be buying it at that. I'd probably be trying to make some offers because the last sold was $95. So I'd probably be looking for it around, and there's not very many sales of this. Like the pop report for these cards in Arcasia Island are so low. And you can see PSA 10, it's like 523. So if you look, it's 5 times more than a PSA 9. So it's something I would definitely look out for to see if I could get this at $100 for in a 9. And it has sold for that like this month. So it's something that is possible and something that I will be looking at as well. And it's kind of crazy if you look at the pop rates, like even a 9 is only 54 for a PSA 9. And we can check out the 10s, the pop rates for the 10s. We can kind of go here, we can look for that. Like the 10s is 44 as well. So there's like not very many of these out there just because they're super hard to grade. But obviously if you're looking at getting any of these slabs, you always want to check the scans just to make sure they're like they look proper and they look good for what you want. Obviously everyone always says buy the card, not the grade, but I'm always checking just to make sure there's nothing like crazy bad about these, even for the 9s. Because even if it's a 9, there's like some that are way more scuffed than others. So yeah, I think I'll end the video here. These are just a few examples where I think getting a 9 could be a good decision. It just depends on the card and your budget, right? But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you're buying PSA 9s. Do you think this is a cooked take and it's just 10 or bust? Yeah, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one.